Okay, so boom, y'all already know what time it is. You are now rocking with your boys, Big Joe and Lil Joe. You know what I'm saying? I got Pops on the phone. Pops, is anything you want to say real quick?
What up, everybody? What's going on? Let's get it on, boo. Let's get it on.
Y'all already know what time it is. Commercial break me, please. If you didn't hear on the last episode, me and my Pops did, you know what I'm saying? He done got his YouTube up and running, you know what I'm saying? And we appreciate everybody who want to subscribe and check out some of the videos that he already got up. If you ain't want to subscribe to my Pops YouTube, go subscribe to it. It's Doing Time with Joe. That's DOIN, Time with Joe.
Yeah.
Go check that out. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to get him to 1,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? Get his page monetized. You know what I'm saying? So he can get the ball rolling. And that's a way that we can support him while he on the inside. You know what I'm saying? But look, check this out.
Yeah.
But the conversation I want to have real quick is in prison.
Yeah.
How hard is it, and how do you, I guess, deal with things out of your control? And I'm asking that question because when I first went in, I remember us having a conversation one day, and I remember sitting in the cell and I said, you know, I feel like I done lost my powers. That's actually when I was writing. I had a journal. I used to write poetry. And I wrote it, and I called it Losing My Powers because I realized that I'm physically here, but I had died of mental death. But I no longer had the power to call and do certain things or make certain things happen, make things move the way I want to make them move. It made me understand, you know what I'm saying, how much I really took for granted. You know what I'm saying? And and it's hard. That's a hard thing to do, especially when you done lived a life like I done lived, and you know what I'm saying, you had because I remember you telling me, I'll never forget, you told me control is an illusion. You know what I'm saying? Because you can think you in control of something or someone, and the minute that person says, no, I'm not doing that no more, that person ain't doing nothing but realizing you never controlled them.
That's right.
And your mind thought you know what I'm saying? So I wanted to ask you, how long did it take you to, I guess, adjust or whatever it is to realize, you know, a lot of things, you just not, they just out of your control, and how you deal with that?
Yeah, well, for me, let me say, I remember when I told you that about control is an illusion too. It's funny, but for me, the only thing that I can control is me. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And how I respond to certain situations, right? Or any situation for that matter. And what I do is I learned a long time ago, early on in my incarceration, to not let the people that run the prison, not let the people that are in the prisons define me. You feel what I'm saying? Dictate my path. Not taking on those values that they want me to take on. You know, because a lot of people, when you come in, they give you advice on how you should do your time and so on and so forth, right? But the majority of that, even though a lot of that advice saved my life, the majority of that is teaching you how to conform to what's going on in here. And once you conform to what's going on in here, you have to accept that you're going to be giving up some control, right? And that's something that I always resisted doing. Not conforming to here. And what do I exactly mean by that, not conforming to this place? I didn't allow myself to be totally dependent on making money the illegal way, right? I've always, since 1994, I started my first company selling T-shirts when I was in here. I think it was 1994. I started my first company. I was on Max. That gave me a sense of control over my own destiny. You feel what I'm saying? Even though I'm not deluding my mind by saying that I'm not in prison. I know I'm in prison, but the things that I can't control is what I do. Right. And that's how I've coped, and this has progressed to today. You know what I'm saying? It's gotten stronger. Yes, there are some things that I can't do anything about. They tell me I got to go in the cell. I got to go in the cell. They tell me it's time to come out of the cell. I got to come out of the cell. Those types of things is how the institution runs. That is separate from me being able to control me. Right. When they tell me to go into the cell, how I can still have control over me is that I'll go into the cell and I have a good attitude about it versus a bad attitude. But don't get it twisted. I have my good days and bad days, right? And I talk about that in one of the shows. To go to the YouTube and check that out, right? But at the end of the day, I control my response to stuff, man. And that is not easy for a lot of people because they want to be of this prison environment. And I've never wanted to be. I understand the realities though, man. I understand the realities of this place and what I got to do and certain things I got to do. But I never allowed myself to be sucked all the way in to all the things that go on in here, man. I always separated and said, look, I'm trying to do something else, and I kept that separate
Right.
from this, and that's how I had control over me. Not what somebody else did, whether it whoever I was in a relationship with, whoever I was cooling in with, I couldn't control them. That's an illusion. You can't control nobody.
That's what I'm about to hit on right there. What are some moments when things were happening on the outside that they crushed you, that you realize, it ain't, it's only so much you could do. You know what I'm saying? Because, because I got to shoot it straight. In there, really, you have to come to the conclusion that really, I am a voice. And if that voice is not heard, other than that, what am I?
Yeah, nothing. I mean, it's good. That was a good one.
Let me commercial break you right there real quick. And I say that on the strip for I understand why your podcast and the YouTube and all of these things are important, because your voice is everything in prison.
Everything.
Because they've taken everything else. Everything.
Yeah.
You can't. Yeah. It's hard to assist financially, and the majority of people that's assisting financially, they having to break the law in prison. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to you can't be a parent if you have it's because the only thing you have is your voice, and if they not listening, it's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying?
And let me jump in on that. You're right about that. The one of the things that you have to, where a lot of people conform to, is being able to help out their family. You have to do that. Well, we believe that we have to do that illegally.
Right.
There are no other options, man. Mm-hmm. But that is when you buy into that mindset. I know I'm saying something over and over again, but I'm telling you, I mean it. I believe it because I've been doing it. If you buy into the mindset of what they tell you when you come to prison, that you don't have any access to anything, you don't have people to help you, and you don't have the resources, not always finances, making sure you got people around you that can help you in those other ways. If you buy into that, your options are going to be selling drugs, moving contraband, whatever the case may be, whatever you got to do to take care of yourself and your family. Mm-hmm. But if you don't buy into that, then you have control, man. You got to take it back. When you go through that whole process of getting arrested, going to court, going to jail and all that, that's like being put in a meat grinder, man. Mm-hmm. It breaks everything about you that you thought was real, and it turns you into something that you are not meant to be. You feel me? And then when you buy into that, and don't get me wrong, man, the people that buy into that just trying to survive. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody want to give in. Don't nobody want to give up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you want to survive, and you believe that this is how I have to do it. Mm-hmm. Because people that have been in here before me are telling me this is how I have to do it. I'll never forget, man, I was on Max, and there was a friend of mine named Nemo, right?
Who?
And Nemo, you remember Nemo?
Yeah, I remember Nemo.
Yeah, Nemo had just come back off escape, man. He had escaped and was gone for 9 months, man, down in Florida, right? They catch him, they bring him back. We in River Bend together on Max, man. And I'm just not starting my first business. I'm in Unit 1. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm in Unit 1, maximum security, cell Bravo 210, right? And I'm sitting there and I'm starting my own t-shirt company. And I go out on the rec pen, me and Nemo, we in separate cages, but we're talking. And I'm telling him what I'm trying to do, this and that. He telling me, you can't do that. They're not going to allow you to do that. They're not going to allow you to do that. You need to get this weed in and this cocaine in. That's what he's telling me. You know what I'm saying? He said, that's how you go get the money. Mm-hmm. Now, I knew he had his own motives. He trying to get me to get that in because he wanted to buy it. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or either sell it for me, whichever the case may be. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But the point of it all is he was telling me, this man has been locked up years longer than me. Mm-hmm. He's telling me that. And at first, I believed it. And do you want to know who told me that wasn't true?
My granny.
A person that works in the prison.
I thought granny. Yeah.
A person that worked in the prison said, no, you can do that. It's gonna be hard, but you can do that. Yeah, it's gonna be hard, but you can do that. And when I realized that, I was like, wait a minute. I don't have to do these things. Don't get me wrong. I still did them. Mm-hmm. I still did them. Because I was trying to survive, man.
Right.
And I'm not making excuses for that, but it's not easy, man. I'm telling you. You already know it's not easy in here, man.
Right.
For real.
Hold on.
It's not easy.
Hold on one second. Commercial break me, please. Y'all see this shirt that I'm wearing real quick? This is the guy that I hit me up on Instagram, you know what I'm saying? He asked me, you know what I'm saying, because he sent me a couple of t-shirts, you know what I'm saying? So I hit him with the address. My guy mailed me 2 of them, and I ain't gonna lie to you, you know what I'm saying? They feel real good, you know what I'm saying? His name is Jeff Baker, you know what I'm saying? He on IG. I'm gonna put his link in the description. Then on the back, it's got the word Pearl on it. His website is pearlclothing.com. I'm gonna put that in the description along with my daddy YouTube page and his podcast, you know what I'm saying? And if you've been looking to get stuff promoted, you know what I'm saying, you could DM me on Instagram, you know what I'm saying, BAKERII. And while I'm doing my episodes or I'm doing my story time, I will promote your product, you know what I'm saying? But y'all go check this out, you know what I'm saying? If you want to, go support the kid, you know what I'm saying? It's real good t-shirts. They're actually better than mine. I'm finna have to hit him up and ask him, well, where did he get them from? But anyway, back to Pops real quick, man. So can you give us one situation where it kind of crushed you that it was out of your control to do what you wish?
All right, yeah.
A time you wanted to be there, is you couldn't.
Man, you want one in the past or one more recent?
Recent. Give us both of them.
That's hard, man.
Give us both of them.
That's hard. In the past, my sister, Chantel, she was going through some things. Her husband had put hands on her, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know that wouldn't have happened if I would have been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
That crushed me. And I knew, even though I had other people take care of it,
mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to comfort my sister. I remember when she came to visit me in the VG, she was crying in the VG. I couldn't even hold her as long as I wanted to hold her while she was crying because I knew what these people were going to say.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a past incident. And I'm going to tell you one that's more recent, man, that just crushed me the other day, man. My oldest son, your brother, Montrez.
Mm-hmm.
There's some things going on with him, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to talk about that in one of my episodes, whatnot, but I'm not going to go into that right now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's some things, man, I wish I could be there for him. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know that you and everybody is doing all that you can, you know, but I'm his daddy. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be there for him, and I can't.
Right.
And I can't, man, because of the circumstances. And that's a consequence of being in a place like this. I mean, people thinking that this is a cool lifestyle, and people are always trying to tell you that you don't want to go to prison because you might get raped, you might get killed, you might have to kill somebody, whatever the case may be. Now, what they need to be telling you is that what you're going to be missing out on is things you ain't going to never be able to get back.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
They need to be telling you that. You need to be thinking about the things that you're going to miss and the way you're not going to be able to be there for your family.
Right.
And your friend, people that really mean something to you. That's what's going to break you in the long run.
Right.
That's what's going to break you. And it ain't no words for that.
Right.
It ain't no words, man. It ain't no words.
And I had similar situations, you know what I'm saying? It was a couple of, like I said, when I first went in, you know, I was still in mad love with the mother of my child, man, and I remember calling home and hearing certain things that I would, like you said, I would normally be able to be hands-on with or find out what was going on and deal with it the way I can deal with it. And I realized all I was a voice, like even calling home, trying to do this and trying to do that. And it's the pain of once you get off the phone and you got locked down and you have to sit in that. It's tough. You have to sit there and think about. It's torture. You sit there and you think about.
Your mind racing.
Yeah,
your mind just racing.
And you can't do nothing. You waiting to get back out to get on the phone or find or get on the cell phone, and you have to sit in that. It's different when you realize you out here in the free world and you can be here for your loved one, be here for your friends, and be here for your family. It's different when you able to come, but in there. When you out of reach and out of control of that, and you can't, man. It's torture, man. It's painful.
It is torture. It's real torture, and it hurts. It hurts. And another thing about that, man, is like you really don't have anybody other than somebody you might be cool with, right? You know what I'm saying? Me and you, we had each other. You know what I mean?
Right.
But you really don't have anybody to go to really talk to like it because you're gonna have to open up in a way that you might not feel comfortable opening up to somebody that really don't know you.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have anybody that you can talk to like that. Go to a counselor, go to the chaplain. But come on now. You don't even know them.
Yeah.
You feel me? And it's not going to be that sympathy and empathy that you really need, that compassion to help you get through that next day. It's not there, man. And you got to stew in that. Like you said, it's real torture, man.
Yeah.
It's real torture.
Yeah, it hurt. It hurt. You know what I'm saying? It hurt. And you know, and like Pop was saying, man, when it take 5 seconds to get yourself in a lifetime of trouble. You know what I'm saying? Easy to get in, hard to get out. And if you you let your emotions or your anger or your frustrations or whatever that is, you know, get to you, and you get to a place where you realize that you're not even able to take a step back and assess, if I do this, I'm finna not just jeopardize my freedom, you finna jeopardize your now the control is, and I do believe control is, but you're about to put yourself in a situation where you can't have your hands in situations that you gonna wish you could have your hands in. Be there for people that you wish you could be there for. And just a split second, man. I'm telling you, when they put them cuffs on you, it's tough. When you get in that holding cell getting processed, it's tough. But as the week or two go by, you realize what you done forfeited. It's ugly.
Yeah.
It's ugly.
Yeah. There's one thing, and let me say this. I agree with everything you said. There's one thing, man, about love. When you say you love somebody, well, there's 2 things I want to say about that. One, love is an action word. You feel what I'm saying? You got to show that. But love is a long game. When you bring a child into this world, that child is gonna need you forever.
Right.
You feel me? And doing what you think you're doing in the streets and that you think is making it better for them, or the woman you're with, or the person that you're with, it's not, because that's a short game.
Right.
You're not playing the long game. The long game is being there in a way that you can be influential in that person's life or in those people's lives that you say you love.
Right.
Not doing something, get you a short-term gain, and then you go and then you come back, then you go and then you come back. I know people that's been in and out of the penitentiary 10, 12 times, man. Makes no sense to me. I understand on one level. And on the other level, I'm talking about, man, this is totally insane to think that you are really being impactful to your family in a positive way. Ain't no way you can be.
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
And then you start to lie to yourself and tell yourself that you are, but you're not. Then you're yelling at them on the phone and saying all these things because you want to be involved, but when you had the opportunity to be involved, you didn't do it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, look here, I hate to leave y'all, man, but it's lockdown time. They just called it, right? We got to go in.
Absolutely.
You have
See what I'm saying?
minutes remaining.
See what I'm saying? Out of control.
Out of control. I got to do it.
Hey, I love you. Just hit me back when you do.
I love you, man. I'll holler back. Y'all be safe. Appreciate y'all out there.
Sure.
Love y'all.
Like I said, man, my pops got this podcast. I don't like when they do that. It really bothers me. You know what I'm saying? It really bothers me. I'm laughing, but I don't like it. I don't like that one bit. I don't like it at all. And look, don't put yourself in that situation, man. Go check out my dad at YouTube, Doing Time with Joe, podcast, Doing Time with Joe. Like I said, man, my partner on Instagram, I'm going to put his apparelclothing.com, you know what I'm saying, in my description as well, you know what I'm saying. If y'all want to support that, you know what I'm saying, go support the kid. It's been much love. I appreciate y'all and anything that y'all do, especially for my pops. Y'all be blessed.